She looked right at her therapist, with me sitting there, and said, "I'm in this relationship to process my personal baggage before I settle down with someone I actually want to marry." The therapist turned to me and asked, "Were you aware of this?" Vanessa responded, "He should be thankful for the experience." I thanked the therapist, stood up, and walked out. It's been 2 days since that happened, and although the shock has worn off, the reality still feels sharp and crystal clear. I'm 32, and my now ex-girlfriend Vanessa, 29, and I had been together nearly 3 years. We were living in the condo I purchased before we even met. She moved in about a year and a half ago, contributing to utilities, but not the mortgage or ownership. Just last week, Vanessa brought up the idea of couples counseling. It caught me off guard because I didn't feel like our relationship was in trouble. But she insisted that it would improve our communication, and I figured there was no harm in trying. She had already been seeing her own therapist for about a year to work through issues related to her family. Now, she wanted us to do a joint session with that same therapist. So, Tuesday afternoon, we were sitting in Dr. Mitchell's office. Vanessa looked oddly relaxed, almost like she was pleased with herself. The session began as expected. Introductions, some background on our relationship, and then Dr. Mitchell asked what we were hoping to get out of the therapy. That's when everything fell apart. With complete composure, as if she were casually ordering coffee, Vanessa said, "Actually, I'd like to talk about how I'm planning to end this relationship. I've been using it to work through my abandonment issues before I find someone I actually want to marry." I sat frozen in disbelief. Dr. Mitchell looked back and forth between us, clearly taken aback. Then she carefully asked, "Vanessa, has your partner heard this from you before?" Vanessa laughed. An actual laugh. "No. But he should appreciate the experience. I mean, he got a relationship out of it, and I'll move on once I've sorted myself out. It's a win-win." Silence. Dr. Mitchell looked horrified. I felt like the floor had dropped out from under me. But weirdly, I wasn't angry or yelling. I felt a deep, unsettling calm. Something just clicked inside. I stood up and said to the therapist, "Thanks for your time. This has been very eye-opening." Vanessa's smug look disappeared. "Wait, where are you going? We still have 30 minutes left." I didn't respond. I walked out, got in my car, and drove straight home. My phone immediately started buzzing. I turned it off. When I got home, I called an emergency locksmith, paid whatever they asked, and had all the locks changed, key locks and electronic codes. By 7 p.m., the entire place was secure with new keys and access codes. Then, I gathered her essential items, things like toiletries, medication, and a couple changes of clothes, and dropped them off with the concierge in our building. I gave strict instructions: only release them directly to Vanessa. Next, I called my lawyer friend Jake, filled him in on the situation, and asked him to review the legal documents related to my condo. He came over that night, looked everything over, and confirmed what I hoped. Vanessa had no legal claim to the property. She wasn't on the deed, mortgage, utility accounts, or any shared financials. Jake looked at me and said, "You're clear. She's basically a guest who's no longer welcome." After that, I turned my phone back on. 32 missed calls, 17 voicemails, 43 texts. The messages were a full emotional roller coaster. "Where are you? Why did you walk out? You're overreacting. Answer me. I didn't mean it like that. We need to finish our session. Why aren't you responding? I'm on my way home. Why can't I get in? You changed the locks? Are you crazy? You can't throw me out. I live there. I'm calling the police." And finally, "The cops say it's a civil issue. You'll regret this. My dad's a lawyer." Her dad sells insurance in Connecticut. I sent one message in response: "Your essential items are with the concierge. You have until Friday to schedule pickup for the rest. After that, I'll be donating them. Please only contact me to arrange a time. Nothing else. Then I blocked her. An hour later, her best friend Megan called. I picked up. What the hell, Mark? Vanessa's at my place crying her eyes out. You locked her out with nowhere to go. Megan, I said calmly, she told her therapist, while I was sitting right there, that she's only been with me to deal with her emotional issues before finding someone else she actually wants to marry. Then she said I should be thankful for the opportunity. Silence. That can't be real. Are you sure that's what she said? Ask her. Those were her exact words. Either way, her belongings are safe. She just has to arrange a time to collect them. I'm not destroying anything. This is cruel, Mark. This isn't like you. Neither is being used as someone's emotional testing ground for 3 years. I ended the call and blocked her, too. The next morning, I took the day off work and contacted my building's property manager. I explained everything. He was understanding and confirmed that because she wasn't on the lease or ownership documents, I had every right to deny her access. Around noon, my doorbell rang. It was Vanessa's mom. Somehow she'd gotten past security. Mark, we need to talk. There's clearly been a misunderstanding. There's no misunderstanding, Linda. Vanessa said exactly what she meant. She was speaking hypothetically. You took it out of context. It was just part of a therapy discussion. Did she tell you exactly what she said? Linda hesitated. She told me you misunderstood something in therapy. Then ask her, word for word. Then decide if I misunderstood. She still has rights. You can't throw her out like this with nothing. She does have the right to collect her things, and I've already made arrangements for that. Legally, she has no entitlement to anything here. This isn't just about legality, Mark. It's about compassion. You two were together for 3 years. That has to mean something. I agree. Which is why what she said made things very clear. Linda left shortly after, muttering about lawyers and karma. Once I finished organizing the rest of Vanessa's belongings, I thought the worst was behind me. But by Wednesday evening, she shifted tactics. This time, she sent her younger sister to plead on her behalf. Mark, she's falling apart, her sister said. She didn't mean what she said like that. The therapist misunderstood. She really does love you. I kept my tone calm. I was there. Nothing was misunderstood. She was just trying to process complicated emotions, her sister insisted. People say things in therapy they don't mean. No, I said. She wasn't unpacking anything. She was outlining a plan. It became a loop. Round and round with justifications and excuses. Eventually, I had no choice but to block her too. On Thursday, I received an email from Dr. Mitchell. She couldn't discuss Vanessa due to confidentiality rules, but wanted to share her professional concern over what had transpired. She even offered me a free individual session to help process it all. I politely declined. Later that day, a message came from an unfamiliar number. Vanessa had borrowed a friend's phone. I need more time to find a place. Just let me stay on the couch until I figure it out. I won't bother you. I responded simply, your things need to be picked up by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Where am I supposed to go? Not my problem anymore, I replied. You've got friends with spare rooms. Your parents have space. You're being heartless. You know how my mom drives me insane. And I can't afford my own place right now. Should have thought of that before you treated me like a placeholder, I said, and blocked that number too. Update: 5 days later. Friday rolled around. I took another personal day and invited 2 close friends over to act as witnesses. Vanessa showed up with her dad, her so-called lawyer, and a rental truck. Her eyes were red, but she looked more pissed off than heartbroken. Her dad jumped in immediately. "This is an illegal eviction. We could take legal action." I cut him off. "Sir, there's no eviction. There was no tenancy. Your daughter didn't pay rent, never signed a lease, and has no legal claim to the property. She was a guest. And now she's been asked to leave. If you want to sue, my lawyer's on standby." That shut him up. The move out went as smoothly as a tense, emotionally charged process can go. My friend Chris shadowed the process, snapping pictures and taking notes of what Vanessa packed, ensuring it was only her stuff. At one point, she tried to take my old surround sound system. "That was a gift," she claimed. Chris pulled up a photo from 2 years ago, me setting up that same system in my apartment, long before she moved in. "Odd gift," he said, considering he already owned it. She dropped it after that. When everything was nearly loaded, Vanessa approached me one last time. "Mark, can we talk? Just 5 minutes, alone." "There's nothing left to say," I told her. 3 years, and you're walking away like none of it mattered? I wasn't the one who called those 3 years a warm-up for the real thing. Her dad called from the truck. "Vanessa, let's go. We'll deal with this another way." I smiled, looking forward to it. That weekend was quiet. I spent Saturday deep cleaning the condo, scrubbing, reorganizing, even rearranging furniture. It felt like exorcising the past. By Sunday night, I got an email from her titled, "The Truth." It was long-winded and full of spin. She claimed what I'd heard was taken out of context. That she did see a future with me but needed time to process her traumas. That her wording was clumsy. Sure. Revisionist history at its finest. I didn't reply. Update: 2 weeks later. The flying monkeys arrived. Mutual friends started reaching out, urging me to at least hear her out. A coworker of hers messaged me on LinkedIn, telling me Vanessa was heartbroken. A cousin I met once sent a message on Instagram talking about forgiveness. I blocked them all. Word got back to me that Vanessa was telling anyone who would listen that the therapy session had been twisted. That the therapist asked confusing questions and I had overreacted to a single misunderstanding. So, I took a step I probably shouldn't have, but don't regret. I emailed Dr. Mitchell and formally waived my confidentiality for that joint session. I asked if she could confirm what actually happened, just for my own peace of mind, in case things escalated. Dr. Mitchell replied, very professionally. She said that, yes, Vanessa had clearly and without prompt expressed that she was using the relationship to work through personal issues before finding someone she truly wanted to marry. She confirmed I had not been informed beforehand, and that she had found Vanessa's admission surprising. She couldn't disclose anything from Vanessa's individual sessions, of course, but she did affirm that my memory of the joint session was accurate. I've kept that email, just in case. Meanwhile, I've been reconnecting with old friends, people I hadn't seen much over the last couple of years. Turns out, Vanessa had been subtly isolating me, making social plans that clashed with my friends' events, complaining if I wanted to go out solo, dropping sly jabs about the people closest to me. And I, like an idiot, let it happen. Final update. 1 month later. Life's calm now. Peaceful. Vanessa and her inner circle have finally gone quiet. I think they got the message. I'm not budging. I recently found out she's already dating someone new, a guy from her office. Poor soul has no idea what he's signed up for. Then came the final twist. Yesterday, I received another email from Dr. Mitchell. Very formal. She wanted to let me know, just as a courtesy, that Vanessa had filed a complaint with the licensing board, accusing her of manipulating the session and sabotaging the relationship. Dr. Mitchell wasn't asking anything from me, just giving me a heads up that my name might come up. I told her I'd be happy to provide a statement if needed. The entitlement is unbelievable. Instead of owning what she said, Vanessa is now trying to ruin the therapist's career. Looking back, the warning signs were always there. The passive-aggressive remarks. The way she'd compare me unfavorably to other guys. The time she spoke about our relationship as temporary, even if she didn't use those exact words. I gave her a comfortable home, emotional support, and consistency. And she treated me like a stepping stone. But here's the thing, I'm good now. Better than good. That therapy session, painful as it was the best investment I've made. Sometimes it takes a brutal truth to shake you out of your delusions, to make you realize how much you've been settling. My home is peaceful now. No more tension. No more emotional eggshells. I'm dating again, slowly and on my terms. And every morning I wake up, I look around my quiet, clean space, and I feel nothing but gratitude.